How's everybody doing on this beautiful hump day? We're going to be just jesting and Archon questing in Genshin Impact. Right now we're in what is it, Lopakala jungle? Let me make sure. I think it's the name. Yeah, Lokapala jungle. Collecting some Urukashava mushrooms for our boy Scar right here. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't fly. I was trying to fly right there. I just kind of fell. It's because I had my bubble maker out. Our boy Scara. By many names, you know, Wander. He's got something else. I can't remember. But let's go ahead and get into some Archon quests. I haven't done them recently, so that'd be cool. Yeah, I just hit AR 46 recently. I was stuck on 45, I think, because it was like a quest I couldn't complete. I had to make my character stronger. We did that, and now we are 46. We completed the quest. Where do I gotta go? Ah, it's up there. Can I get up there? How do I get up there? I think it's the one I'm already at. Let's see. Let's just go. Yeah, it tells you how to go. If I were paying attention. Alright, we got this. Oh, wrong button. I'm rusty. Yeah, I usually main as Traveler, but we mess around with Scar until he starts being mean. Oh, look, there I am. How crazy is that? Oh, wrong button. Hold on. Look, I'm right there. That's so crazy. Oh, are we 82? We're all 80, I think. Wonder why it says 82. Oh boy. Let me try the other missions. Let me see the other one first, because that might, because I'm rusty. I don't want to. I'll get wiped if I go in there right now. I gotta let's see, where can we go? What's the other one? Oh, J. No, my bad. Here we go. We'll finish up this one, maybe get a little bit of XP. Maybe we can level up everybody to 82. Such a weird number. But I want to get in some like some training, you know. Got a little laggy right there when it spawned me in. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the opera
Look
house.
at the drip.
Someone got turned into water
It's
right
ridiculous.
in front of us.
Mm-hmm, that was crazy.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside.
Yeah,
and we
that's a
found some
crazy
clothes left at
story.
the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
There's definitely some foul play there.
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So, I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Uh-oh.
But when I got
Grabbed a
there,
blick.
it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other,
Oh no.
not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed.
Yeah, I remember. I
The
think she's
guard
asking
said that
around the
first
group
shot
because there's
didn't
like.
hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques.
Uh,
But I've never really bought that explanation.
yeah, she thinks there's a foul play already, so we're interrogating the OGs, like the I can't remember the name. I'm so
Reason
dumb.
being,
The name of her
Mr.
gang.
Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel? Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
Yeah. That would mess you up.
Malouse told me a thing or two.
That's pretty crazy.
So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing, the whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula.
Yep, that's it.
And live no matter what
I'll
others
skip
might
it,
say.
sorry.
He'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
That's crazy. Florent, the advisor of Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's
Okay.
rather pathetic to force a conversation.
Alright. Bro, you're talking too much. Now who do we go to? We have to leave. There's so many travel points in Fontaine that I have not got. I got all the big ones recently, but man, we can travel. I thought we couldn't, but it's just because I don't have any. Oh, that's actually right where we need to go, I think. Perfect. It's real cool, the aesthetic. It's like Ratatouille. It's like French, and we're in the sewers. It's like Scar's gonna take his hat off, there's gonna be a rat under there. Oh, what am I doing?
Swollen Fury.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Who does bro think he is?
The wind rises.
Oh no. Just fall back down. Fall back down. That didn't happen. You guys didn't see that. It never even happened.
Squall Fury.
We got it. We got it. Get it. Okay. I need to get more on my stamina bar. I need to go around and check which statues I need to upgrade.
Behold.
Nice. That was a good one. Not the best, but better. And we're almost
Squall
there.
Fury.
Wait, why am I doing this? Wait, can I just? I thought it was like close. Is it just on the okay? See, I told you guys that I thought it was in the perfect, like in the right room. It was not. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here, right here in the front
Hey,
gate.
Thierry, it's me.
What the hair?
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something
Poisson.
wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Now, let's just say.
Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rasula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Bro's got it made.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to
Yes.
reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Unfortunately.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you...
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Accidentally skip. Sorry.
Why do you ask?
Didn't know what she said.
We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers.
Ah,
and
so she's
send
Geo.
them
I didn't
after
know that.
me.
Okay. I just saw her vision.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching
I don't know if
mecha
you would
is
consider that a
very
vision,
different
if
from
it's just a
controlling them.
garment that has her.
If I had
Element
to make
type
an
on it.
analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
What?
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing the
Gardamex.
serial number is also
Such a cool name.
not as easy as you might
I can't
think.
get over the drip though. That's
There
so,
are a lot of
so swag.
complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Yeah, they weren't
They're
these in the city
certainly
for
not
sure.
cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh,
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Nadia.
good for you.
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Sounds good. Fury is a person responsible for official contact between Spina de Rasula and the Garis. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. Alright,
Quit following me.
more information obtained. Contact Marcel. Marcel, what are you? I just walked on. Or fly. Whatever tickles your fancy. Uh-oh. He's climbing on the walls. Oh, I did not. Oh, Jesus. I'm so embarrassing. Get it together.
Wind rises.
That's what I was trying to do. Be all fancy, but... Marcel! That's somebody else, that's not Marcel.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Thank you, Kalagani. I love these names, they're wild.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm
What is
not
it?
as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your
Yeah, it
marvelous
was pretty crazy.
sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Hey, that doesn't sound so bad.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Ah, come on, Paimon.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Surely.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right?
I mean, look at
The
the,
fact that humans can dissolve
look
in
the-
water?
what do you even call
Yes,
that?
I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what
A
you're
steering.
investigating now?
I don't know.
Exactly.
There's swag though.
I
Steering
still don't have
gears.
much solid proof,
I
but
don't know.
I can sense that the other side has
steering
already
wheel, I don't
begun
know.
to act.
Oh, and what
Uh-oh.
makes you say
Why did
that?
I do that? What'd
We
you say?
were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered
Yeah.
Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
That's a short I posted with Colin D. She saved us. She didn't save. Well, she pretty much saved us.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you
Cause
right
I was
now.
passed out. I just watched. I woke
You're
up
giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
for sure. I was out.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe
Poisson.
haven for you. If you're scared, you can
Might go
always
get a
return there.
croissant and poisson.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its
See, these
funds
names
to
are
the
crazy.
last
Confrérie
Mora to bring
Cabriere.
them to justice.
I need to get me a Confriere Cabriere.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
Yes, you must.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests.
Oh no!
Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
How awful.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Oh, Uncle Marcel, you're too kind. Information Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the of the Confreer of Cabriere and the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confreer and the Spina de Rosula have always maintained close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of this case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of weird.
Relax.
Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. That sounds like a rat. He loves her, but something's going on. Like, he still loves her. Doesn't mean he didn't snitch, or he didn't do something evil, Not really like a snitch, but he just sees something. Something's up. Where to now? I gotta go up there. Oh, I was gonna say, okay. Yeah. I take shortcuts. Cool.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years.
True.
Anyway,
She's spitting
even
facts,
though we
yeah.
didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jacques' motive.
Ah, you're right! Florent mentioned that Callus probably
Florent.
ended up with the gun
Callus.
because of circumstance.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Caius? Or could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Caius?
Ooh, that's a good
His family.
point. Jacques probably
It's all about the
already
family,
knew that he was
in the
just
gang.
being used as a tool for murder. And once
It's
he
about
had
la
completed his
familia.
mission, he'd be of
Tell him,
no
Dom.
more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
Yep. No doubt, no doubt.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Oh, for sure.
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible.
He's not dumb, yeah.
But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel?
Oh, gosh.
My father
I don't
did
know.
really
It's just what
trust
my
him,
gut's telling me. What am I supposed to
and
do?
they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
And he doesn't remember,
Still really hard for me to imagine, though.
I know.
After all, Uncle
right?
Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
I knew that's what you would say.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Alright, maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was Florent.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford mech?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could,
Okay,
I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so
Okay,
quickly.
maybe it was someone else. It sounds like you already know it. It was... How do you pronounce that? Thierry? Something like that, yeah. Thierry. Exactly. He can't, even if he could. Oh, yeah, she said that already.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
He did seem like a smooth talker, but honestly, I thought it was Marcel.
But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering
Maybe
under
not.
wraps.
Yeah, had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Well, if we can't come up with anything, we might have to.
Who could it be?
I think. Florent, the advisor of Spina de Rusula, claimed that he was very grateful for Callus and his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun on him with him when he went out. Callus Kesher. 3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside of the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands and Jack had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. Testimony from Jock's family. Jock's family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Caius. Did Caius act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? Thierry is the person responsible for the official contact between Spina de Rusula guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. Ah, oh my gosh. What is this? Marcel was the leader of the Confrérie Carrière and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. Confrérie Spina de Rusula have always maintained close working relationship. Through his recollection of the events is quite foggy. He's willing to defend Navia. Why is there question marks? Irrelevant. I don't think it's him. It's either Thierry or Marcel. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Thierry. I don't know. I kind of want to pick Marcel. I don't know. Let's just go Thierry. I don't know. It's gonna tell me probably. Only one person fits the bill.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them
That's
all.
what I was saying from the start. Is this really like... This game is gaslighting me.
Other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the 3, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
I was telling you from the start, he is someone who's very close to you, after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now.
Well, let's do it.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Okay.
Navia, here you are.
Thierry.
Oh, I've been looking for you.
You know, we almost
Aren't
got
the guy
you.
From the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What, child?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yes.
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Yeah, that's our boy.
Well,
Not really, but
He's
now
been
he is.
accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Nah.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence. Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Aranis while I'll go to investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner.
Oh yeah.
Since this is a trial
I'm the
about the
traveler.
serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Aranis, leaving his home base wide open.
Yep.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
Alright, let's do it.
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Just leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Demoiselle.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured it's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Araneus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you at the Opera House. Suspect analysis. Combine the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gardamex in possession and run the Synth House business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. As I said in the beginning, he just sounded sus, you know, he doesn't remember anything.
Now that
Like,
Nadia has set out for Araneus,
come on.
we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Well, they put me right here at it.
Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater.
What?
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Hey, I forgot you can swim. Let's go with Songonomiya Kokomi, because she swims really well. She's a good swimmer. Look at this. I haven't been like underwater in Fontaine like at all. Uh-oh.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they don't want to stand out. Yes, but I'm sure what we find inside will be extraordinary.
Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms.
They haven't really talked about how we can
Navia's
just swim and
probably
talk
arguing up a
underwater.
storm right now to stall for us.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh, I thought it was going to let me get that Hydroculus, but I guess not.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
There he is with that mask on his
To be
head.
perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something
Well,
I've never
he's
even
got some
heard
nice
of.
drip though. He's dripped out.
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
Ooh.
Is that right?
Okay.
In
Bird trying to
which
throw
case,
down.
As long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorinde,
Who does he
right?
think he is?
I've
Clorinde.
got to admit, that's
Bro
one
wants
of
to
the
fight
most enticing
Clorinde.
offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case.
Tell him,
This
Fiorina.
isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
Uh-oh.
Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Uh-oh. Bro's messing with the Hydro Archon.
No. That's not what I meant.
Bro, she's great.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress.
Nouvellette.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Uh-oh.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings.
No, this is the second
I
time
only
you've been in the
tolerated your
wrong,
behavior
buddy.
last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard
He's
court
spinning
protocol.
around. It's still.
I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Then do it.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
This kangaroo court.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Oh, okay. That's pretty.
Now then,
That's
Miss
pretty
Navia,
nice. I just letting him sit down.
who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
You. Oh, jeez. Suspect analysis, the new one. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel.
Marcel, the
Ah.
head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Not the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
Exactly. They don't want you to hear of them.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
None other.
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Don't stand up. Why is she so excited?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
We know.
If the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
We also
Knowing
know.
this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid.
Uh-oh.
Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
Sorry, Uncle Marcel. But you will pay for your crimes.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out
Yeah,
what's going on.
you don't remember a thing.
I
Yeah.
think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Yeah.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
We'll see.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some
Okay, just check.
details of that case.
I've been seeing that. I just want to see what it was.
Exactly.
As I
correct, Your
figured
Honor.
that's what it was. But
I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
based on the opposition's accounts of the event, you can identify loopholes in their statements. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of the fact and replace them with new inferences. Use your refutations and convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The oratrice will display such shifts clearly. Okay, cool. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Sounds pretty swag.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
There you see Florent.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Bang bang!
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
There's her father, Jacques.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene.
Therese.
As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clorinde in the ensuing duel.
Dang, Clorinde killed him.
These are the known facts about
Bro
the
went out
case.
like a G. That's crazy. Alright, let's refute these inferences.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
That's right.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Yep. No loopholes there. Identify loopholes. Callison, hold on, 2 gunshots. During the 2, Callison managed to kill. Yeah, identify loopholes. Can refute that with this.
Something's not right.
Okay. Okay.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
Okay. The scene of the crime. Holding gun while constantly dead. Anyone could not have done the deed and escaped. Callus was thus the judge. Not bring a new case. I'm to first on scene. Okay. We can refute with this. What?
Something's not right.
Okay. No. In addition, clothing of an unknown person. Yeah.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Reconstruction of events. First shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. He didn't carry a gun with him when he went out. It's still? When can I use that one? Okay, he didn't carry a gun with him when he went out. The primordial seawater.
Was found at the scene.
Yep.
The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to
just like in the
himself,
case, we thought somebody changed in
clothes. There was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder.
Yes,
Since
they
it was
were.
raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Good stuff.
Realizing this, the true culprit
the story has been changed.
To dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Look at that. Once again, they need to get it together in this courtroom.
So that's what happened. Wait. You're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Exactly.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Hold on,
Mr.
does that mean you're
Marcel,
innocent?
You are the one being charged with a crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about that.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
As always.
I'm afraid not.
Not yet.
If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
You're just a scornful audience member.
I may not
Calm
have
down.
the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes
Okay,
sense to me.
we can go off of that.
Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself.
Yeah.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the then why didn't Mr. Callus
I have a
explain
trigger finger, I'm
himself
sorry.
in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
He could
I
have.
thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose
That's
our
crazy.
lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Tell him, preach.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Oh yeah. She'll tell you.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did.
Mm.
As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Hmm.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you
He's
still
gotta
have not
spin back
explained the link
around. That's so
between
funny.
your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots.
Yeah.
And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
I don't know, bro.
If I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain.
Bro sounds kind of sus.
I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial
No,
disappearances?
you had that ready. No, I know you're good on that.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Uh-oh, look, he's gaslighting. He's gaslighting Navia.
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
Dude, y'all
I
hear
wish
this?
for you to become more rational,
Bro's a
correct,
narcissist and he's gaslighting me.
conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Bro's manipulating me, he's gaslighting me, he's
just about me,
mansplaining. He's
and it
he's
never has been.
mansplaining?
The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
That's the... No! That's crazy.
Oh, so you do know that name.
That's insane.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, man. At the entrance to the synth production bay, yeah.
Swollen Fury. Search for it.
I don't need to change my party setup. I'd like if they were healed, and let me heal. I don't know if... it'll be alright. It'll be alright. We can do that in battle.
Allow me.
Spring forth.
How amusing.
Hold on, I'm rusty, hold on. Some bloom on them. Oh yeah.
The floor is going up.
We're going up.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Ooh, common chest. They just have these laying around and you just see them. You just make sure you get them. They're not the best, but you know, free money.
We need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
With me, there's always a way up.
Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
That was a sweet dive. Can you attack? You can attack, can you? Space. Left control. Oh wait. What is that? Okay, it's not working. Maybe that? Oh. That's how you do it. Okay. Sorry about that. I was I was struggling to figure it out. Alright, so that's how we do that.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Oh, okay, okay.
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
See how these electronics like fire and water. Why did I walk in there?
Squallen Fury.
Alright, your turn, Kokomi. Let him have it. Let's try to get him over here. Come here, doggy. And then we're gonna bust out Scar's ult. Let's put up the heal. Uh-oh.
Unsightly insects.
Oh yeah.
The wind rises.
Oh, there's more. There's even more.
Incinerate!
Can't even touch me.
Propagate!
Hold the line!
Uh-oh. Stay still.
Terminate!
Goodbye. Nice. Let me look around. There's probably something I'm missing.
Squallen Fury. Upon the gale.
Nah. Sometimes there's usually chests hanging around. They got little chests right here. Those are cute. But there's nothing I can do with that.
Behold.
Let's keep it pushing. There's another elevator. No. No, it is not. It's a door. It's like opening a door. Alright. Let's do it, Paimon. You know, a lot of people complain about Paimon and don't like her. I think she's amazing. Unpopular opinion, Paimon is the best character in the game. For sure. I'm actually a Paimon main. I main Paimon. How am I, what? Oh, okay, thank you. That looked crazy. Alright, let's get into a battle. Let's go ahead and build up some ults. We got 2 ready. See how these guys like my water. Bro doesn't even know how to aim.
Wretched vermin.
Invisible evidence! Motion
Get bloomed on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That's not good. That's not fair. That was not very nice.
Wind rises. Search for.
I'm over here.
Scatter.
A brash maneuver!
I feel like I need to really like work on my artifacts. That's one thing I'm not great with. Like, I have decent artifacts. Like, half of them are are 5 stars. About half of the artifacts I have are 5 stars equipped, you know. But I don't know if they're like they're what they need, you know, the right set for the elements and stuff. And there's dogs.
Search for it. Cry louder.
Take that. To mess up those electronics. Don't worry, guys. He's not a real dog. Oh.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
We sure did, Paimon.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navi as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Let's do it. Alright, we're in the headquarter depths. Headquarter depths of,
Whoa.
what is this? Spina de
There's so much
Rusilla?
synth here. And so many
Or no, of
bottles
the synth
ingredients
base, yeah.
that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There are so many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink?
What?
Stock sample?
That's awful.
They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's super
That definitely
obvious.
improves something I didn't see, sorry. Scent. A popular potion circulating quite widely. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses special characteristics to earn massive profit from its trade. Don't tell me he's putting, bruh. Don't tell me it's like that. It's like they're putting it's like they're putting primordial sea in the scent. And scent sounds like it's prime. You know how prime the drink is going around like crazy. All these kids are drinking that stuff. It's the same thing. And they're putting primordial seawater in it. That word, I don't like that word.
What's this
Primordial. Yeah,
Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Wow.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh, that's awful.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Yeah, it's pretty
How
insane.
could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
They don't
You
even
read
care.
The rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
I got this. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vignir, who was dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments.
I tried to pronounce it best I could.
Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by
They're like
dissolving
French
people
names.
over
Sorry if they
and
sound
over?
weird.
That's just insane.
There's another name here. Vacher. That's crazy.
Isn't that
We
the
found
name we
them.
heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial
Yep.
disappearances case.
No, he is a researcher.
You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these
And then they turned him into water.
experiments?
Yeah, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Vignir.
So that's it. Vacher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Vasher experimental records. Oh, we already read that. We know what it says. Where to now? Further? Ah, don't tell me this is the stuff.
There's an important looking basin over here.
This is the primordial seawater.
That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve
Ah, that makes sense.
Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
They have a whole pool of it. I'm gonna tell them they got a whole pool of this stuff.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
For sure. Nothing does.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jock's case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it.
What'd I tell you?
This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
More than enough. We're good. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Talk about evidence.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
Wow.
Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
That's crazy. Is that everything? Yeah, we checked this. Everything, anything else shiny? Chat, you see any shinies? Surely we're not done, right? Oh, here we go. There's one right there.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things.
Yeah, like little chest, yeah.
Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
How cool is that? There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Oh, they probably belong to the victims. Oh my gosh.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
That's awful.
And then they were turned into water.
Hmm.
And all the boxes of things, these names, that means...
You discovered? Yeah, we know. Yeah, we're just like evidence for later.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on, but...
Who really is this Vasher?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago.
Most likely, but not everything.
That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Oh. How did I do that? One, I did that one, I did that one. Did those. Done these. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure I've done all these. Chad, help me out. I'm missing something, clearly. Where is it? Where must I go? Surely I'm not supposed to leave. I need some help. Where is it? Okay, oh, they're all checked. Do I have to just go over everything again?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I was checking. Okay. I get what it was doing.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find
Why are you looking for snacks? I found it.
Really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
It was with her belongings.
You found her diary.
So she must have been.
Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too.
Take a look at this page.
Paimon feels even worse for her now.
She made a list of baby names.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them?
All of them but one.
The final name she decided on was Marcel.
What?
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
What? I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. What? I'm confused too, Paimon.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Uh-oh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Play it off, boy.
We're back!
Running in.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
You guys are leading this kangaroo court. We're just coming with the facts.
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vacher. No. Although that could work, the experimental records of Vacher, but that's not what we want. We want yeah, we're gonna choose this one. It says a notebook belonged to the lady named Vinier. She records many stories of her time with lover Vacher. One of these pages, the name settled on was Marcel. So it's pretty much identifying that Vacher. He knows Vacher. It was his dad, and he's his son. So you don't know him, buddy, huh?
But the truth of it, Marcel.
Uh-oh, he's talking.
Is that you've always been Vache.
Uh-oh, Traveler's talking.
Huh?
He's Vacher?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything.
What?
After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept accepting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back.
What?
You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far.
Dang, and she's on her side this time.
Marcel's motive has now been established.
What?
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Uh-oh. How the turntables.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
But you did.
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
I don't believe that. I'm not sure.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
Uh-oh.
Is that water from the primordial sea?
Yo.
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you
Rose lost it.
I can't go! I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that
Bro's just
accursed
experimenting
Callus
on people.
still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Dang.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Uh-oh.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vinier.
Bro's lost
I
it.
promise. We made a
He's
promise.
just yapping now.
Vinier. Vinier. Please, Vinier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have
that's
any
without question.
basis.
Yeah.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but
He's like, it's
after a
actually kind of
show
cool.
like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
It's
Traveler,
funny.
please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Sounds good to me.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinier. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research,
that is not
with the
okay.
goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier back to life.
Bro couldn't think of anything else.
To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
I like how they're doing this on the stage. It's kind of showing.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet.
What?
Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene.
That's crazy.
And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method.
And then they moved to Tartaglia.
However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
That's crazy, he just... This looks like some Honkai Star Rail stuff. And the verdict is...
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Oh, you're done.
Guards, take Vacher away.
Good.
The craziest part is that we talked to Vignier, so she's not gone.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a
Yeah, who would have thought?
well-spoken
Yeah,
guy?
that's usually how it is every single time. Yeah.
We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves! Huh? Are you okay?
Navia.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
Partners. Don't forget Paimon.
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught,
Dude, get out of
justice
here.
has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Go back home. What are you doing in Fontaine?
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
I would assume so, yes, but let's see what the verdict says.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just...
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Not the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Ooh, I knew it.
What?
Look at his eyes. His eyes are big.
Hey!
Big eyes.
Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
No.
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
No.
Huh? This
This
has never
specific
happened before.
case.
The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui
Yeah,
harbinger?
right.
Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
No, I'm sure it's specific case by case.
Weren't
Like,
the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
child has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Not accepting it would destroy Fontaine and all its morals and rules, probably. So yeah, let's do it.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody.
I'm
per
sure
court
he's guilty.
protocol.
It's like Vacher or Marcel. He was whoever you want to call him. He was kidnapping the people from that. But I'm sure this dude's probably been the reason some people are disappearing too.
So
He
this
said,
is
"You're not
how
taking me."
justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke.
Look at the cinematics. We got a little movie here.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too.
Brothers that put on a High School Musical. What is Blood doing? Ah, man, he's suiting up. Not Foul Legacy. Bro, that's the Hydro Archon, bro. What are you doing?
I am sorry.
Oh, it wasn't
If
even
you
her.
have been wronged, we will find the truth.
It was
The rules of the
Nouvellette.
court
I thought that was Fiorina.
must be
Oh my
upheld.
goodness. Dang. Cold. Cold, calm, cool, collected.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict.
I'm sure
of the
they're both
court.
guilty.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Even if the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it.
You're the Hydro Archon.
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She's great.
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Speak up.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to
I
be
need to get that
handed
picture
out
down
in
there.
this court? You don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation.
All right.
Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
Most definitely.
And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment!
Okay.
If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
I can get behind that, yeah.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall
As
be
the lead
the
actress.
first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
She's
So
great.
she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Yeah, as you should, as a Chief Justice, yeah.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
We have to.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday.
Oh yeah,
right?
he is not a great guy. But let's leave the opera house. Man, that was long. That's why I don't like doing the Fontaine missions. They're like movies. They're so long. Then by the time I get done with it, it's like I don't know if I want to do anything. It's like, oh man. But we're still going. We're still going. Still going strong.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Bro took off.
Traveler! Hey, Traveler!
It's Nero.
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you.
Basically gonna ask me to look over
I
Navia.
was being led away when I finally realized something.
Or no,
Where
he
did you
knows.
first
He
hear
was,
the
yeah,
name
he's
Vache?
gonna ask about his girl.
I erased all records of that name. So,
I heard it from Big Nair.
unless-
Are you still
Who
trying
else?
to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fountain of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the Hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along.
You didn't have to
And I
kidnap
just never.
any of those girls. You didn't have to turn them into water.
Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
I don't know.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Yeah.
Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super
Maybe
terrible
after your
things?
sentence, if you're still
This
alive.
request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans, will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Are you not a human? Why did he say that?
I will grant your request.
Bro, that was kind of sus.
Your Honor.
Sound like Mark
I fear
Zuckerberg. I was
will
human
go with
once.
him. You do not need to.
In that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get this thief to the. Huh? Says the quest location is currently unavailable. What does that even mean? Means I gotta leave the building? Oh, that's what that means. It's like, what, y'all forgot to make the map? Let's see what it says. Ah, it's involved in other quests. It's in a story quest. Maybe? I don't know. Let's go back over here. Actually, let's go right here. Go to the Adventurers Guild. Get our reward. Then we'll try that. Do that. The domain with we were at earlier with Skara and Nahida. Domain. No, right here.
Add Astra Abyssal.
Add Astra Abyssal to you. All right. What do we have here? All right. We got some Heroes Wit. Let's see. We have to ascend. We can't ascend till we're AR 50. So I can't level anybody up. Yeah, can't level anybody up. That's fine. Let's go try to do that. Let's try to enter the memory.
The wind rises.
Look at him just bumping. It's like hitting his knee on the ground. Alright, let's try to enter the memory.
Quit following me.
Get a little bit of combat in. Quit following me. I'm right there. That's crazy.
No matter what lies ahead.
I didn't mean to talk to you. There we go. Alright, let's try it. Probably should have hit a statue of the 7 to heal up, but it'll be alright.
This looks like Inazuma.
It sure does.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories.
What?
These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful. Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
You may think that.
Never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here. Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace? You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps. This place is huge.
Katsuragi.
I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this.
Zaza, hey, how you doing?
And so well preserved too. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Sorry, I just saw that. I don't know if it's been in there longer or not.
Who are you? You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be. In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after.
Kabukimono.
As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life.
Oh, accidentally skip. I'm so bad.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
It only seems right to play as
guy
Balladeer.
in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name. Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine with me. Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Kabuki Mona. I wonder what that means.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me.
Oh.
Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever. This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together. What happened to the child then? He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Aww.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Squall Fury! You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. Working hard truly is a weapon. One that can be wielded with an iron will.
Are you trying to win me over?
I can't even hear what they're saying. I'm trying to pay attention. Uh-oh.
Place at the banquet and join those who shall feast.
I think it's doing too well against him. Oh boy, he got me.
Motion to compel.
Yes, germinate!
Alright, get some bloom on him.
Squall Fury! Let's end this quickly!
Oh, she's getting close, about to die. Heal up, heal up. Dodge, dodge. Come on, come on. And he's dead.
This isn't good.
Alright. Serve him up, Kokomi. Okay, I don't think she's doing too much against him. Alright. Just keep pelting him with fire. Oh yeah, he doesn't like that. It may take a while, but we got it.
Motion to compel.
Propagate!
Ah, and I missed the propagate.
Wind rises.
Alright, take that. Step on him. Oh yeah, you're done, bud. Oh jeez, I can't stand this big guy.
No excuse for slacking.
You can't run. Well, neither can I.
Go on, give me a go.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. That all you got?
These guys need to calm down.
You can't run. Well, neither can I.
I'm not breaking a sweat.
Talking about running. What?
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. You can't run. Well, neither can I.
This should be fun.
I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. You can't run. Well, don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Okay, I get it, buddy. I'm not trying to be a killjoy, okay?
You can't run. Well, on the gale. That all you got?
Incinerate!
No slacking off.
Wind rises. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Propagate.
Not breaking a sweat.
Alright guys, come on.
I see through you. You can't run.
It isn't time for a break yet.
That's all you got. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Wind rises. You can't run.
Oh yeah.
How amusing.
I can't run, but I can hang out in the air.
I see through you. No killjoy. We've only just begun.
Can't even see.
You can't run. Well, don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Alright.
Looks like I went too far.
Yeah, you did. Ah, see, there's a common chest. That's why you gotta look for him. I figured there was gonna be something back here.
This place is dark.
Yeah, it is.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
Not the Delusion Factory.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here. Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Yeah, it is. I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me?
Who is that?
Wow.
It's not Signora, is it? It is. I haven't seen Signora in such a long time.
You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in
People
the
used to
abyss
think Signora would be a
more
playable character.
meaningful use of your time?
It's crazy.
Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you
Look
have.
at the drip.
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you
Look
keep
at
your
the-
true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Okay. You're one to
Surely
talk.
You're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now.
Yeah.
Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else.
He does have a god
By
complex.
then, see you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
Yeah, you should.
The plot
Bro's
does not end
embarrassed.
here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought
Come here.
nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
Can't trap me in that box. Come on, girl.
Sure about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Come on, we talked about this.
Swarm Fury.
Get out, get out, get out.
That's far enough.
She almost had me.
Motion to compel.
Terminate. Wind rises.
Get bloomed on.
Out of my sight.
Propagate.
Mirror images.
And you're out of here.
Here to play with me. Let me amuse myself a little. Keep within the law.
Oh, 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 oh. Move, move, move. Change, change.
Let's move out.
Uh-oh. Ah, this is a dude, he's like invisible.
You really know how to get me going. Hold the line.
Propagate.
Billowing surge.
Yeah, take that. Yeah, take that.
Spring forth.
Ah, he messed it up.
Fury.
Allow me. Let me amuse myself.
Wind rises. Too slow.
Can't run.
And you can't run from me.
Over here.
Doesn't matter where you go, you're dead, lady.
Look at me. Just.
Is there a chest up there? Nah.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
We're here.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome.
The doctor.
I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a
Bizarre.
lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we
Ugh.
commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information.
Were you?
Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became—
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's a doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
He ain't right.
Let's move on.
Behold!
No, wrong button.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
You probably were
If
evil.
you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
Yeah.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Yeah, it's about as human as it gets, really.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear.
Dang.
No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
It's like in Fairy Tale, whenever with Jalal, if y'all seen that. It's crazy.
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
Is he gonna stay the same? Is that the
I've lived with the
true
void in
question?
my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next.
Is his head shaking? Do y'all see that? He's
then I met
really
you.
going through it.
And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Dang, I gotta give him a hand on it. Okay. Is it the true meaning of the greater Lord the greater Lord Rukkhadevata's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original Balandir has gone, this person will live on in his place. As a person's sins are inescapable, part of their destiny too.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to—
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Dang. Hopefully bro stays the same, just remembers all his past experiences.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Ooh.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
Dang, bro going through it.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Uh-oh. What is this? Oh my goodness. Dang.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
There it is. He's back. There's his vision.
Die.
Uh-oh.
This is trying my patience. You got any more stupid questions?
And he got me at level 82. Uh-oh. I've never experienced this at level 82.
Insignificant Sparrow Fury.
Don't know who you're trying to hit, buddy, but I'm up here. I'll take that arm, though. Give me that arm.
Behold, upon the gale, at my command, you shall fall. Cry louder.
I'm gonna ult at the same time so it doesn't hurt me. And I didn't know what kind of move it was. I thought it was like a burst. Like a one-hit move, but we still saved some health off that. And that hit me still. It's alright. See, we can't heal, can we? What let us heal? You have any 300? 300. I don't have any food. I'm no good. Let's eat all the food we can. It did nothing. It did a little bit. We got him though, he's dead right here. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, I'm dead. Oh gosh, I killed him at the last second. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let me get a clap on that. Everlasting Lord of Arcane Wisdom.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Tell him.
Disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
He's back.
Tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now you've recovered your memories. The past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Hey, good job. Good job, everybody.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
All right. Let's leave this domain.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer. It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
As always. It's nice to be back, though.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
This is where he did one of the changes. He goes by many names. What did we
After
say?
learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the sixth is.
Just call me the Wanderer.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
That is true.
That doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
No, you must live with your sins.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish.
No, they are not.
What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Such is life.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
Of course.
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahida doesn't see you in that way.
Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you. Let's hope you can find some answers.
I will try.
Traveler.
Nira. Yes?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do all this for a reward. Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well.
Never too late to
even
try.
without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Exactly.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Yeah. And time is money. And don't waste my money. Or my time.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
What's his new name?
Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you too.
Why?
An ugly nickname?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
So what is it?
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Huh? You want us to decide?
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
I'll give him a serious, you give him a nickname. He can have both.
Have you got anything?
Let's see. Wait, is it really... You can really do this? Hold on. You can obtain name change rules. You can obtain the item an Applet of Stroke from the Archon quest and eluded version of Genesis, which will allow you to change Eons Adrift Wanderer Animo's name. Please take note that some names cannot be utilized in this change. Once you have renamed this character, some interferences in the game going forward will display the name that you have chosen. There's a limit on the number of times you can rename this character, so do so with care. Disclaimer. Yeah, Boolean, blah blah blah. Don't put anything weird or sus. Got it. So they have Wanderer. Edit the Wanderer's name. He's already got a bunch of names. Scaro, Balladeer, Scaramouche, Balladeer, Wanderer. Let's give him something new. Something fresh, something new, give him a fresh start. Let's see. What would be a good name for him, guys? Got it. Perfect. Let's go. I already have caps lock on. Let's go Jakob. Jacob. His name will be Jacob.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, Jacob. I think this will do.
Oh, all right. If you say so.
He has been reborn.
Now you have a name of
One
your
of
own.
those.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Call him Jake. Just call him Jake. Jake from State Farm.
Take your time.
Call him Jake
I
from
don't need to
Inazuma.
see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do
Everyone
next?
who manipulated me and made me suffer
Nope.
will have to pay the price.
Okay, don't go around killing people.
You mean the Fatui?
Yeah, you can kill them.
The doctor,
at
least.
Yeah, doctors
Now
are
that your
good.
stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more
Jacob.
thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
Still happen.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Fine.
No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day.
Alright, Wander, you have been reborn.
Goodbye, wise deity.
As
And you too.
As Jacob. He has been born anew.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now. Now, he is Jacob.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Yeah, I know, these quests are so long.
Thank
It's
you
not as
both.
long as the
I hope you will find somewhere nice
as the
to
movie
go
we
and
had in
relax for a
Fontaine
while.
earlier, but yeah, we will go relax. Go kick our feet up.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking.
Sounds like a good time.
All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime.
He saw.
Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
True that. Jacob. As though morning dew. Alright, I feel like it's gonna start a whole new long mission again, so I think we're gonna call it right there. It's a pretty long one, not too long, we've had longer, but yeah, we'll go ahead and call it right there. Appreciate everybody stopping by on this beautiful hump day, you know, just me doing a little Jesting and Archon questing. But yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by, checking it out. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Yeah, appreciate any y'all support, but everybody take care, stay safe, and peace out. And signing off.